Easter. Hi there. Hey, I get to wear my ears today. It's the only day of the year I get to, only Zazoo report of the year, and I get to wear my bunny ears. I put my own flair on things over here. I don't know, what is it? It's like 1 in the morning. It's officially Easter. At least I don't have to deal with the damn sun this week. Just like Mary Magdalene. She got to the, these guys were sleeping in. The women are the ones who got to the tomb first. They're the real ones. The women were up. Of course they were. They couldn't sleep after Jesus died. They were the ones, guys were home sleeping. The women had to go and tell them. The angel actually appeared to the women in the Matthew version. Anyway, I'll get to that. Leslie Plazz here. Hi, Zazoo Plazz. April 5th, 2026, Easter Sunday, Zazoo Plazz report. She's sleeping out here. I got my socks. I'm gonna wear those tomorrow, or like tonight after. See, it's tricky because I've got to be over my dad's tomorrow for dinner at like 5-ish, 6 maybe. And it messed with my whole routine. I was going to sleep later today, and I had to get up early, and then everything was rushed. And then, permit me a rant. And then I did my workout. I go to have the smallest thing could throw me off. I go to have my yogurt parfait. Now it's yogurt. I usually do the non-fat Greek yogurt, right, with the berries and some granola, healthy gluten-free granola, and a few almonds with a drizzle of honey. And the lady who messed up my order last week, she brought the wrong order to the door. She had to go back and get my order. She got me the wrong yogurt. And it's a good thing I noticed. They look identical, but obviously she didn't read the print. Maybe, she didn't read. It says whole milk Greek yogurt. The kind I get, it's the same damn, why did they do that? Why did they put it in the same exact yellow and white container? It says non-fat Greek yogurt. That's the kind I get. So I'm gonna let them know. Maybe I'll get my money back. Now I gotta go out. Yesterday I was at ShopRite. I'm like, I'm down the yogurt aisle. I said, I should get yogurt, but I just got some, so maybe I shouldn't, but I should. Sometimes I get messages about things, but then I involve my head. That's where I go wrong. I gotta stop doing that. That's where I get into trouble. Anyway. Oh, yeah, so, okay, talk about that. Yeah, so I gotta be over my dad's. I called him yesterday before I went out to do some errands to the grocery store. I have to get a couple things. And so I left him a message. He was out. I figured he'd be out. He calls me. I'm in Dollar Tree. He's like, oh yeah, I was out, and I make salmon pies this year. Like, my dad made salmon pie, which my mother would make every year, of course. I'm gonna make mine next week. But he's all proud of himself. And he made it the way Mom would make it. And he said, yeah, I was just thinking, I could go for one because Mom used to make them every year. And yeah, up until a couple years ago, when I left, 2 years ago, I used to make them, for the family, for our family, and the kids, and everybody liked them. And before that, my mom made them. We'd go over her house, which was kind of a lot. Like my ex, I think he never met anybody who would celebrate on Good Friday, but we did. It was a French thing, I got my striped socks on. And, so Polish more of it was, his family, they'd come over, his mom would come. Wow, it's working now. How about that? Oh my God. No, it's working again. How is that possible? Oh my God. Okay. All right. Okay. This is going to be a shorter Zazoo report. Oh man. Okay. I'm gonna do another 10 minutes here. Just because. All right. I just did another half an hour video on Clipchamp and I lost it. Okay, I got kicked out of here by the video. And then it's 2 in the morning. I don't know what I'm doing. And I lost the whole thing. And I thought I was never going to be able to get it back. And then I decided, I'm going to come back on here and see if this works after I deleted a whole bunch of files. And yeah, there goes the fridge. Oh, it's a long story. But yeah, okay. You know, you're going to miss the whole, I went into the whole gospel, the whole everything. It's gone. It's just gone. So, you know, this might not have the intricate details that I put in the last one, but I just got to get this up here because I want to enjoy my Easter. I'm going over to my dad's tomorrow for his holiday chicken. This has happened before. I'm going to take Clipchamp and I'm going to kick it to the curb. That thing is useless. Unless you pay for the premium version, it doesn't let you save it, and then it's gone forever. I don't know how many times I've succumbed to that and forgotten that Clipchamp just steals your stuff. No, Clipchamp, no, Microsoft, no. All right, and I went into great detail. Not so much astrology this week. There's Aries going on. There's stuff. Okay. I'm gonna run through it quick. And I even talked about the damn big spider that I saw in the shower tonight. It was this big. I squashed it with the sponge. My dad. And then I don't know if I already talked about my yogurt situation. They brought me I might have talked about it in the first session. I don't remember. My whole day started off on the wrong foot because grocery lady brought me the whole milk Greek yogurt instead of the skim kind because the package kind of looks the same, but she doesn't read. So I'm getting a little ornery because I gotta go have my hot chocolate. I'm way behind on my everything. Okay, so I talked about. I'm getting drained. All right. The Acts of the Apostles, and I talked about Peter talking to the apostles, saying they have to testify, right, to Jesus. So I'm going to just do the quick version. It's not going to be as good as what I just finished. It was beautiful. Sorry. So, they had to, everything that had to happen. He says, guys, we saw the whole thing. We saw everything that happened to Jesus. We have to tell people about this, okay? To fulfill what the prophets said and all that stuff. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad. I'm just going to hit the fine points here. The whole thing is, there's power here. There's the right hand of God, and exalting those who, stick with him. Obviously, in other words, you might be hidden for a little bit, but then if you have faith and you stick with it and you don't give up, then God will exalt you, okay? The stone the builders rejected has become the cornerstone. In other words, things that people think are useless, right? Talking about these things. People don't, they don't want to watch your video if you're not talking about something that's, they can tangibly touch, feel, turn into money, right? That's the thing. Okay, that's what they're talking about here, right? The things that people ignore are the most valuable things of all, right? The spiritual things. They put their focus on everything else, which blocks the Christ light from coming in. The real, the power comes when you let go of all that stuff. The needing to control, the needing to, be validated and have everybody clap for you and all that crap. Let go of that and follow your heart, So, Paul to the Colossians, talking about, our life ending, 3D life, and seeking what is above here again, rising, with getting rid of the old yeast and rising with the fresh batch of dough, sincerity and truth. And then, I went through the gospel. It's gone now. It's not, whatever. But I thought it was interesting that the women are the first ones to reach the tomb. Mary Magdalene, she's the first one. It's still dark. She's out there, right? Gospel of John 20. So she runs to tell Simon Peter, and then he and the other apostle come, and they eventually go in the tomb. The other guy gets there first. Peter goes, he sees the cloths, separate, and so they saw it and they believed, okay? But they didn't understand yet the whole thing that he had to rise from the dead. So that's the biggest April Fool's joke ever, isn't it? It really is. April Fools, I'm not dead. The other version has the angel and earthquake. I guess that's Matthew's version. It's more fire and brimstone. But it's not scary. It's scary, sort of scary, but not. That's good scary. So then I had 2 songs by Peter Frampton. You could watch them. Both of these were from his Rise Up album that he released June 20th, 1980. To promote his tour, I guess in Brazil, he released it there. But so Peter Frampton, he's very resilient. He's dealing with some like a degenerative muscle thing. He's going to be 76, April 22nd. He's born in 1950. So he's very resilient. He's still touring and he can still play, and he just had to sit down for a little bit. But he's one of those cusp Aries Taurus people. Okay, it's at the cusp of power, where he's ambitious, energetic, but he's also grounded, and kind of stubborn. That Taurus, Mars, Venus thing, an unstoppable force, basically. Now this was kind of boomer music for me, but I did like his songs. This is kind of more of my middle school, early high school years. And he said, so 2 songs, Rise Up, which for obvious reasons, with the resurrection, and I'm in You, which he released, I guess that was as a single in 1970, May of 77, which got to number 2, and had Andy Gibb not been a number 1 with I Want to Be Your Everything. I had that album. He would have gotten a number 1, but darn that Andy Gibb and all those Gen X girls buying his album. So this song, I'm in You, was about separation from his first wife, whose name was Mary. I guess Mary Lovett. Ironically, Mary and Peter. And then I read about him, I guess later in 1980. There was a plane crash that tragically killed 4 people, and he lost all his guitars in the plane crash. They all burned, except for one he called the Phoenix. It was a black Les Paul guitar. It wound up going from one musician, and then it wound its way back. Somebody gave it to him. December of 2011. It came back to him. It rose from the ashes, literally. I mean, this guy, you know, he's gifted. And his music, you know, like a lot of other musicians, his music can heal. It can inspire us to do better. I got my new necklace on. I haggled the lady at the New Age fair I went to last weekend. It's called a Tiffany amethyst stone. I thought it was pretty. It's kind of like an egg shape. Anyway, okay, I'm done. I mean, if this doesn't save, I don't know. There's weird stuff going on, weird energy today. It's a little short, but that's all I got for now. So it's going to be a short one this week. I'm going to go have my paleo hot chocolate. And somehow I got to get it all done. I'm going to be up all night probably. Sleep a little bit and then whatever. I'll get it done. I'll be back next week. Happy Easter, everyone. And I'll be back here, same place, different time, next week. Take care.